Hi students, this is our 10th class. Let us start with the new topic, GCD and LCM of polynomials. Already we studied in earlier class about this, what is GCD and what is LCM. So GCD means it is the short form of greatest common divisor. GCD means greatest common divisor. We call it as HCF also. HCF means highest common factor. Highest common factor. So LCM means least common multiple. Least common multiple. Now we see what is GCD, what is LCM, how can we find this? Already we studied this in earlier class. Now we recall what we studied in earlier class. So we recall what is GCD. I take three numbers, 12, then 24, 36. I take these three numbers. Now we have to see how can we find GCD if numbers are given. Already we are well known about this method. So divide to find GCD. So this is for GCD. To find GCD, so we have to divide by the same factor. Divide all the three numbers by the same factor. I divide this by 4. 4 3s are 12. 4 6s are 24. And 4 9s are 36. Again, I divide this by 3. 3 1s are 3. 3 2s are 6. 3 3s are 9. So we can't divide, we are unable to divide further. So leave as it is. So what is GCD? Therefore GCD is equal to 4 into 3 is equal to 12. So this is GCD. So remember, to find GCD, we have to stop when all the numbers are divided by the same factor. When all the numbers are not divided by the same factor. So here, see here, 1 2 3 is given, that is we get 1 2 3. So there is no factor other than 1 which is divided all these three numbers. So I left as it is. So take this one, that is 4 and 3, multiply these two, 4 3 that 12, this is GCD. While finding LCM, what is LCM? LCM is least common multiple. Least common multiple. Now we see how can we find LCM of this same numbers. That is 12, 24, 36. That is least common multiple. By using the same method, divide by 4, 4 3s are 12, 4 6s are 24, 4 9s are 36. Then by 3, divide by 3, we get 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9. While finding LCM, so you have to multiply all the numbers. LCM is equal to 4 into 3 into 2 into 3 is equal to 4 3s are 12, 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24, then 24 3s are 72. So this is the LCM of 12, 24, 36. If numbers are given, so we find GCD and LCM like this. At the same time, if polynomials are given, how can we find GCD and LCM? And let's continue. That is 3.3.1, greatest common divisor, that is GCD, or highest common factor, that is HCF of polynomials. So there are some steps to find GCD. How can we find? Listen carefully. If we are well known about this, it is easy to find GCD and LCM. So there is a relation between GCD and LCM. We will discuss later. So now we see the steps to find GCD. Step 1. First, divide f of x by g of x to obtain f of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x, where q of x is the quotient and r of x is the remainder. Then degree of r of x is less than degree of g of x. Listen. So we have to take the given polynomials as f of x and g of x. That is the dividend. We have to divide f of x by g of x. F of x by divided by g of x. We have to take this. So here f of x is dividend. And g of x is divisor. This is dividend, this is divisor. F of x dividend, g of x divisor. If we divide a number by another number, we get two more numbers. That is, for example, if I divide 10 by 3, what do we get? 3 3s are 9, remainder 1. We get two more numbers. What are the two numbers? 3 and 1. So this is said to be quotient, and 1 is remainder. 1 is remainder. In polynomials also, if we divide a polynomial, that is, if we divide a polynomial f of x by g of x, we get one more polynomial, two more polynomials, q of x and r of x. Here q of x is, that is, if we divide f of x by g of x, we get two more polynomials, q of x and r of x. Here the new polynomial q of x is called quotient and r of x is called a remainder. So remember, here the degree of g of x, here the degree of g of x is greater than degree of r of x, or degree of r of x is less than degree of g of x. Now come to the step. First step, first divide f of x by g of x to obtain f of x. How can we obtain this? Once again I will explain this. If we divide f of x by g of x, we get q of x as quotient and r of x as the remainder. If I divide, how can we write this? I will explain using numbers. If I divide 5 by 2, what do you get? Or 3. 3 ones are 3, remainder 2. So 5 can be written as, the divide and 5 can be written as, so multiply 3 into 1. 3 into 1 plus remainder 2. Here 1 is quotient, and 2 is remainder. So likewise, here how can we write this? Here f of x can be written as dividend. This is dividend, this is dividend, this is divisor, this is quotient, this is remainder. Likewise, we write the polynomial f of x is equal to, f of x can be written as g of x plus q of x, g of x into q of x, g of x into divisor into quotient plus remainder r of x. So this is we obtained f of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x. So come to the step. That is why it is given f of x, that is if you divide f of x by g of x to obtain f of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x, where q of x is quotient and r of x is remainder. Then one condition is given, that is if you divide like this, we get a degree of r of x is less than degree of g of x. Degree of r of x is less than degree of g of x. What is degree? What is degree? So degree is nothing but the highest power of the polynomial is the degree of the polynomial. For example, I will explain through example. If I take the polynomial, 3x square plus 4x minus 2. So what is the degree of this? So here the degree is, degree of the polynomial is equal to, degree is equal to, what is the highest power? 2. So this is the degree. I will explain through one more example. 2x minus 3x square plus 4x cube minus 7 x power 4. So what is the degree here? We have to see the highest power. So what is the highest power here? 4. 4 is the highest power. So degree is equal to 4. Are you understand this? So come to the point. So here if we divide f of x by g of x, we get the remainder. That the condition is that the degree of r of x is less than degree of g of x. Now come to the second point. If the remainder r of x is non-zero, then divide g of x by r of x To obtain g of x is equal to r of x into q of x plus r1 of x, where r1 of x is the new remainder, r1 of x is the new remainder, then we get degree of r1 of x is less than degree of r of x. If the remainder r1 of x is 0, then r of x is the required GCD. R of x is the required GCD. I'll explain. That is, if we divide f of x by g of x, we get quotient q of x, then remainder r of x. If this r of x is not equal to 0, if we get a non-zero remainder, so now we have to divide this g of x by r of x. Until we continue this process until we get the remainder 0. That is, we have to divide g of x by r of x. We get one more quotient q of x and one more remainder r1 of x. Are you understand this? That is, how can we write g of x? G of x is equal to r of x into q of x plus r1 of remainder r1 of x. So, the condition is the degree of r of x and degree of r1 of x, that is degree of r1 of x is less than degree of r of x. This is the condition. That is why I write here second step, r of x is non-zero, that is if the remainder is r of x is non-zero, then we have to divide g of x by r of x to obtain g of x is equal to r of x into q of x plus r1 of x. That is here r1 of x is the new remainder and q of x is the new quotient. So, condition degree of r1 of x is less than degree of r of x. Then if the remainder r1 of x is 0, then the process ends, then r of x is required GCD. If we get the remainder 0, then that divisor is GCD. Come to the third point. I will explain while teaching a problem. Step 3. If r1 of x is non-zero, again if we get a non-zero remainder, that is r1 of x is non-zero, then continue the process until we get 0 as remainder. I understand this. Already told you, we continue this process until we get the remainder 0. So, the divisor at this stage will be required GCD. So, in which stage we get the remainder 0, that divisor, in that stage the divisor is called GCD. So, we write GCD of f of x and g of x to denote the GCD of the polynomials f of x, g of x. So, now come to the note. If f of x and g of x are both polynomials of same degree, it is very important. If f of x and g of x are both polynomials of same degree, then the polynomial carrying the highest coefficient will be the dividend. So, we have to divide. If numbers are given, we have to divide the big number by a small number. If same numbers are given, or what we have to do? In numbers it is clear, it is divided by 1, but here in polynomial, if the polynomials have same degree are given, then how can we choose the dividend and a divisor? Means, so you have to see the highest coefficient. For example, I take two polynomials, 2x square plus 3x minus 4, 3x square minus 2x plus 1. So, how can we divide this? Here the degree is 2. We get both the polynomials have degree 2. That is, the degree means highest power. So, if we get the same degree polynomials, so what we have to do? Which is the divisor and which is the dividend? It creates confusion. So, to avoid confusion, so we have to see the coefficients. Here the coefficient is 2, coefficient 2, here coefficient 3. So, take the highest coefficient as dividend. So, this polynomial is dividend, this one, then this one is divisor, this one is divisor. Are you understand this? So, that is why it is given, if f of x and g of x are both polynomials of same degree, then the polynomial carrying the highest coefficient will be the dividend. In case if both have the same coefficient, then compare the next least degree, coefficient and proceed with the division. That is, if we, same polynomial, same degree and same coefficients are given in the polynomial, we have to see the next least degree coefficient. That is, if the polynomials are given, that is, I take two polynomials, 2x square plus 3x minus 4, then 2x square minus 4x plus 5. So, see here the degree same and the coefficient same. How can we choose the dividend and divisor? Means, see the next least degree, here the degree is 1, the coefficient here plus 3 is minus 4. So, which is least? Here minus 4. Which is the biggest? 3. So, this is dividend, this is divisor. Are you understand this? Now, come to the point. So, that is why it is given, in case if both have the same coefficient, and then compare the next least degrees coefficient and proceed with the division. Let us see example, let us see progress check based on the GCD and LCM. So, progress check, when two polynomials of same degree has to be divided, dash should be considered to fix the dividend and the divisor. Just now we saw this, if two polynomials of same degree has to be divided, dash should be considered to fix the dividend and divisor. So, which is considered to fix the dividend and divisor? So, we have to see the highest coefficient here, highest coefficient. When two polynomials of same degree has to be divided, the dash, that is highest coefficient, should be considered to fix the dividend and divisor. Just now we saw this. Come to the second progress check. If r of x is equal to 0, when f of x is divided by g of x, then g of x is called, just now we saw this, GCD of the polynomials. There is one mark, already I told you, questions are asked in 5 areas, that is among them one is progress check. So, we will prepare for the examination, concentrate more in this part also. So, if r of x is equal to 0, that is if remainder is 0, then the divisor g of x is called as GCD of the polynomial. If f of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x, dash must be added to f of x to make f of x completely divisible by g of x. If you get the remainder r of x, so dash must be added to f of x to make f of x completely divisible by g of x. I will explain through example, by using numbers. If I take the number 5 divided by 3, how many 3 in 5? 3 ones are 3, remainder 2. So, we get remainder 2. So, which number can be added to the dividend to get completely divided? That is, which number, to which number added to this 5 to get completely divided, which means to get remainder 0. So, which number can we add here? See here, if we add this quotient 1, if we add this quotient to 1 to this 5, what happens? 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. If you divide 6 by 3, what do you get? 3 2s are 6, remainder 0, we get remainder 0. So, to get a complete division, so what we have to do? We have to divide the quotient, we have to add the quotient to the dividend, then we get the remainder 0. What we get? 5 plus 1 6. If we divide by 3, we get remainder 0. Likewise, in polynomials also, if we divide, if f of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x, which means remainder is non-zero. So, dash must be added to f of x to make f of x completely divisible by g of x, which means we have to add quotient, we have to add quotient q of x to f of x to make f of x completely divisible by g of x. Are you understand this? Next, fourth one, if f of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x, dash must be subtracted to f of x to make f of x completely divisible by g of x. So, again I will explain through example. I take the same problem, same number 5 divided by 3, 3 ones are 3, remainder 2. So, which number can be subtracted from 5 to get remainder 0, which means, so we have to subtract the remainder to divide completely divisible by 3. We have to subtract the remainder 2 from 5, that is 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. What do you get? 3, divisor is 3. How many 3s are there? 3 ones are 3 one time. So, 3 minus 3 0, we get remainder 0. So, listen, come to the progress check. Here, if f of x is equal to q of x into r of x plus q of x into q of g of x into q of x plus r of x dash must be subtracted to f of x to make f of x completely divisible by g of x. So, we have to subtract remainder r of x from f of x subtracted to f of x to make f of x completely divisible by g of x.